Talkin Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. Let's start off with some recaps from around the world. Let's start off with a fight that took place in Japan, or actually several fights that took place in Japan. The story reads with his help from his wife, Manami, formerly an amateur boxer, serving now as corner woman as well as a hand wrapper in this fight, helped Japan's flyweight champ Jukiya Imura 5-1 defeat Katsuya Murakami, who's now 14-3-1, by a nearly shutout decision, all 99-91, to retain his national belt on Saturday in Tokyo, Japan. Moving to and fro all the way, Imura finished the 5'8 taller challenger and steadily piled up the points with his more accurate combos. Faster and ring crafty Lumera finished a university boxer, displayed hit and run tactics to confuse the methodical and predictable challenger with ease. Boxing history recalls Mrs. Jimmy Wilde having served as a sparring partner, corner lady, and trainer for British Pride, the Mighty Atom, 137-4-1 in the 1920s. So the question is, will Mrs. Imura follow in the footsteps of Mrs. Wilde? Elsewhere in Japan, let's have a quick look here. XOPBF and WBOAP welterweight Ryota Toyoshima, now 18-3-1, acquired the right to have the mandatory shot at national belt against Shoki Saikai as he scored a majority decision over game warrior Oso Ishiwaki in an 8-round eliminator also held on Saturday in Tokyo, Japan. So let's see if he can take it one step further. Also, in another JBC eliminator, former world-rated Hironori Mishori pounded out a unanimous decision over Hiromasa Yurakawa over 8 rounds. XOBPF 130-pound champ Mishiro, a stylish jabber, tasted his first setback to Min Ho-jung in Korea this past April, having dropped out of the world rankings. Mishiro utilized his vaunted jab and controlled the processing, accelerating his attack down the stretch. His mandatory target will be the national 135-pound champ, Shuma Nakazato, 13-2-3. He's the son of former 3-time world challenger Shigeru Nakazato. Mishiro may have a jabber's chance. Elsewhere, over in California, lightweight Adam Lopez, 17-5, scored a one-sided 8-round unanimous decision over Giovanni Gonzalez, 18-6-2 now, on Saturday night at the famed Cow Palace in Daly City, California, US of A. All scores were 80-72. In the co-feature, unbeaten super featherweight Malachi Machine Gun Johnson, 12-0-1, stopped Eugene Lagos. He's now 16-7-3 in round number 3 with a body shot. Good stuff. One of the fights that I was looking forward to seeing but didn't get a chance to this past weekend, Yokasta Valley. Unified IBF WBO female minimum weight champ, Yokasta Yoka Valley, now 30-2, by the way, successfully defended her world titles against former 2-time world champ Annabelle Ortiz, who's now 33-6. In a 10-round match that went the distance in front of more than 5,000 fans down in Costa Rica. Valle used her superior skill set to offset the aggressive Ortiz, the judges scoring in favor of Valle 100-90, 99-92, and 99-91. In the co-main event, Santiago Dominguez, 26-0, 19 knockouts, kept his undefeated record intact against Kelviner Salazar. He's now 19-3-1 in an 8-round welterweight matchup that had only made it to the second round. Dominguez used a solid uppercut to end the fight at 44 seconds in that second round. Let's have a quick look here at one of our favorites on Talkin Fight, WBC number 7, IBF number 13, heavyweight, Efe Ajagba, 19-1, scored a 4th round TKO over Joe Goodall, now 10-2-1 on Saturday night at the Tahoe Blue Event Center in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. Ajagba rock Goodall in round number 3 and went right after him round number 4, prompting a stoppage by referee Tony Weeks at the 52nd mark. I was out of boxing for a long time, said Ajagba. When I came back with Stephen Shaw in January 2023, my confidence was not there. I had just come back from surgery. I had to get back into shape. Right now, it came back with full confidence. That's why I took him out. My team pushed me in training camp. They made me work extremely hard in this camp to make sure I win the fight. I sparred a lot of different guys to make me stay strong. Whoever they offer me to fight, I'm ready to go. I'll be back with my team to talk about that. So let's see where he ends up. I believe also on that card we see WBC number 9, WBO number 9, WBF number 11, lightweight Raymond Moratala, 19-0, dominated and stopped previously unbeaten Diego Torres, now 18-1. Moratala dropped Torres in round number 8, and the bout was stopped at 1 minute 45 seconds. In a clash between undefeated junior lightweight contenders, WBO number 8, IBF number 10, Henry Lebrun, 19-0, 10 knockouts, scored a 10-round majority decision over WBA number 12, William Foster III, 16-1. Good fight with Lebrun, closing strong. Unbeaten heavyweight Brandon Moore, 13-0, won a shutout decision over Robert Sims, now 12-4-1. Moore dropped Sims in round number 4 en route to an 80-71 by all 3 judges victory. Elsewhere, a big cruiserweight battle here. In a clash for the vacant WBC cruiserweight title, number 1 rated Noel McCallion, 27-2, stopped former champion Ilunga Makaba, 29-4 in round number 3 on Saturday night, also at the Casino Miami Jai Alai in Miami, Florida. McCallion dropped Makabu in round number 2 with a right hand. McCallion tried to finish Makabu, but Makabu weathered the storm in round 3. McCallion floored Makabu again. Makabu beat the count, but referee waved it off. Time was 1 minute. I didn't expect the knockout so early, but I knew my hand would be raised at the end of the night, said McCallion. I'm so happy I waited 2 years. I was so close to winning the belt, and this time I didn't want to leave any doubts. I had a great camp. I'm the first German to win a world championship on American soil in 90 years since Max Schmeling. Wow. So a quick look at Jonathan Guidry. WBA number 13 ranked heavyweight Jonathan Guidry, 21-2, 12 knockouts. Knocked out previously unbeaten Jesus Escalara, who's now 19-1 with 19 knockouts. In round number 2 on Saturday night, as I said, at the Casino Miami Jai Alai in Miami, Florida, Guidry connected with a right hand to the head, and Escalara sank to a knee for the count. Time was 2 minutes. Escalara, 43, compiled his entire unbeaten pro record in an 11-month time span. I thought he'd be stronger, said Guidry. I knew he's a dangerous fighter, but tonight I was on a different level, and it showed. We're going to see what's next. This felt like a sparring session, so I will be ready for December 2nd. I always fight whoever Don King puts in front of me. That's why I'm champion. I'm ready for whoever. Right on. Heavyweight Cassius Chaney, by the way, 23-1, knocked out former WBA regular heavyweight champ Trevor Bryan, who's now 21-1, in round number 7. Cassius Chaney dropped Bryan in round number 2, and Bryan was saved by the bell. Chaney continued to punish Bryan in round number 3, but in round number 4, Chaney outpunch slowed, and Bryan began to dictate the pace. Chaney came out aggressive in round 7 and landed a huge right that dropped Bryan face first to end it at 2 minutes and 3 seconds of that round number 7. Bryan actually remained down for several minutes and was taken out on a stretcher. I saw everything, said Chaney. He couldn't really get out of the way of my jab. It was huge because that was a big-time knockout. My mindset was just to win, but once I got yelled at in the corner, I knew to step to him and throw the overhand right. I thought I could probably get him, and he just ran right into it. There we go. Let's see. Another quick result here out of the Dewa Resort in Poland. WBO number 2, IBF number 6, WBC number 7 cruiserweight Michael Cieslak, 25-2, scored a 7th round stoppage over Tommy McCarthy, 20-5, to retain his EBU European title. Took place in Poland on Saturday night. Cieslak, a former world title challenger, systematically broke down McCarthy, prompting the referee's intervention. Also, 2-time former cruiserweight champ Krzysztof Diablo Wodlarczyk 64-4-1, by the way, 44 knockouts, needed just 84 seconds to destroy Edrin Mosquera, who's now 10-3-2 in the very first round. Former middleweight title challenger Camille Shrezmita, 25-2-1, outscored Omir Rodriguez 13-12-1 over 8 rounds by scores of 80-71 by all 3 judges. Shrezmita challenged Triple G for the IBF belt in 2020 and fought Jaime Munguia the following year. Wow. Let's see what happened over in Joe Gordina. Joe Gordina has it. No, I'm going to tell you the title. Title gives it all away. Oh, first line does too. Joe Gordina, courtesy of our good friends over at badlefthook.com. Joe Gordina kept his IBF title tonight in Monte Carlo, but he had to fight like hell to do it against a relentless challenger in Edward Vasquez. Gordina, 17-0, by the way, was a heavy betting favorite, but had to sweat out a very close result and one draw card on his way to a victory in a fantastic back-and-forth action fight. Very good. This wasn't an off night for Gordina, who looked dialed in from the opening bell and won his share of rounds more clearly, but Vasquez, who's now 15-2, has a history of grinding out rounds and claiming tight decisions. But it looked like he might just do it again this one. Vasquez was in the ring to win, consistently working Gordina into the ropes, peppering punches at all angles, finding good success with counter right hand over the guard. Vasquez had a real case for the upset, using aggression and a smart guard that protected him from the worst of Gordina's power to earn a 14-14 draw from one official judge. And Bad Left Hook's unofficial live score, but the other 2 judges saw it 116-112 for Gordina, earning him the majority decision victory. Elsewhere, let's take a look what happened. Back to California we go. Eros Correa continues to win. He now hopes for a title shot or an elimination bout. Correa knocked out Robin Ellis in the second round on Saturday night at the Infinity Reality, also known as Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California. The 30-year-old Correa, who resides in San Jose, California, now improves to a 14-1 record with 9 knockouts. From the opening bell, Correa was the aggressor, putting Ellis on the defensive. About a minute into the second round, Correa dropped Ellis to the canvas next to the ropes. Ellis remained on the canvas as referee Gerard White counted Ellis out at 1 minute 55 seconds of that round. Good stuff. Alrighty. Doesn't stop there. Boxing fans, over the weekend, Jordan Short Dog White, 15-1, took on durable challenger Jose Edgar Garcia, 13-5-3, by the way, in a 10-round super featherweight bout, which served as the main event of Davis Boxing Promotions' inaugural card at the Entertainment and Sports Arena in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. So this is courtesy of Paul R. Jones and Boxing247.com. White versus Garcia. We see White, fresh off an explosive one-punch knockout of Erickson Garcia, knockout of the year candidate, entered the bout with a reputation to uphold, and his patience and precise jab, White skillfully chipped away at Jose Edgar Garcia's high guard from the outset to build an early lead on the scorecards. Of note was White's precision and efficiency, which were on full display, with the DC native wasting few punches in his offensive attack. In the second round, White continued to dominate, dictating the pace and taking control of the fight by landing crisp punches that left Garcia reeling. White wasn't content with just headshots, however. He also began to pepper Garcia's body with hard right hands to wear down his tenacious opponent. But in the third round, Garcia fought back, shifting his tactics to become the aggressor. A solid headshot from Garcia rocked White, leaving a trickle of blood flowing from White's nose. Although it was Garcia's lone round of the triumph, he proved that he's one tough hombre, and White could attest to that. Kudos to Garcia, man. A tough opponent with a hard head, hard body, hell of a fucking chin, said White in our post-fight interview. I hit him with everything under the kitchen sink, White added with a chuckle. By the middle rounds, White regained control, perplexing Garcia with a mix of pressure and sharp counters, which allowed him to pull away from Garcia on the scorecards. White's strategy forced the Texas-based Honduran into an uncomfortable tempo, which helped him widen his lead. In the penultimate round, White delivered his crowning moment, dropping Garcia to one knee with a turbocharged punch. Despite Garcia's protest, the referee awarded the knockdown, scoring a 10-8 round for White. In the final round, both fighters unleashed their fury, but White's lead was unsurmountable for Garcia. As the scorecards confirmed, White would earn a wide unanimous decision win, scoring another impressive win for the DC native. Good stuff out of the nation's capital, the United States of America, and fighting going on down there. Now, one of the questions I posed on our YouTube channel, which you might want to check out if you're interested in content on YouTube. This article comes also courtesy of Bad Left Hook, and it says, what are the top 5 heavyweight fights we'd like to see? So I posed this as a poll on our YouTube channel. Have a look at it. Offer your opinion. Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk versus Zhilei Zhang. Okay, these are all heavyweights that we might end up seeing, but what are the ones you want to see? Go to the poll on YouTube to answer. Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou 2, or Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, or Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk again. Let's see where that all ends up. Go to the poll on our YouTube channel. Answer that question for me. What would you like to see? But to close out our show today, one occasion I come across funny comments in the boxing world, and this is definitely one of the funniest I saw most recently, courtesy for our good friend Tyson Fury, who said just prior to his fight against Francis Ngannou, he said he claimed he could drink 25 pints of beer and still beat Francis Ngannou. And that was ahead of his fight, where I believe our very own Lou Eisen predicted Tyson Fury would only require two rounds to knock out Francis Ngannou, and that is not the case. Ngannou did prove his mettle and showed up for the fight, ready, willing, and able to take on Tyson Fury, one of the best heavyweights the past decade, but certainly not quite up to knocking out. And I would hate that. Well, you know what? After 25 pints of beer, maybe I'd be saying the same thing too. Anyway, boxing fans, thanks for joining me here on Talkin' Fight. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much. If you have any comments, drop them in down below. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, here on Talkin' Fight. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you then. Thank you.